What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today, we're going to be exploring the depths of the r/AITA, the subreddit Am I the Asshole, which basically is where people, if you don't know, people tell stories and basically ask on the internet, am I the asshole for doing this? Without further ado, I think let's get into the video. Am I the asshole for denying an older woman shelter from a storm? Okay. I, 23 female, am an avid hiker in Australia. Last week I encountered a middle-aged woman around 50 years old as I was coming off a trail. She was walking in my direction as I came out of the bush. It was strange to see her. The sun was almost down and the weather was starting to turn. Also, this was an intermediate collection of trails at best, difficult even for me at worst. And she didn't look super athletic. My point is, my weird radar was going off already. She walked up to me and stopped, standing too close for my comfort, gestured toward the clearing where my car was parked, and asked whether it was my car. No greeting or anything. When I looked over, something made me uncomfortable. There were no cars other than mine in sight. The trail I was on isn't crazy far from civilization, but it's not a walk away. One of those highway rest stops that's there for the trail and a few parking spots. No way she could have got there without driving. I let her know that yes, it was my car, to which she responded something like, "Perfect. There's a storm coming. I can't be caught in it and I need to get home." She was very matter of fact. It seemed like she had already decided what would happen. Without waiting for my response, she started striding for my car. I'm glad I always lock my doors because she would have hopped right in the passenger seat had the door opened. As she was walking over to it, I went after her, trying to explain that I wasn't sure it was a good idea for her to hitch a ride, asking why she was out here in the first place. I was talking to a brick wall until she realized the car was locked, at which point she turned around with this look of anger and frustration on her face. She starts ranting, the same stuff as before. I need to get home. A storm is coming. I cannot be caught in it. Why don't you get it? Girl, you're not coming to my car. I was very confused at this point and a little scared as this woman was now a barrier between me and my vehicle. I told her something like, "I'm sorry, but I don't feel comfortable with having a stranger in my car." She stared me down for a few seconds, I guess trying to gauge her chances at asking again. And just like that, the anger drops from her face and she's silent. I was really uncomfortable. I asked if I could call someone, if there was any other way to help. She starts walking towards me, scary, but then right past me. I'm still asking her questions, then just saying things like, "Hello, excuse me." No response. She walked to the other end of the rest stop and maintained eye contact with me as she sat down on a log, then just stared at nothing. I didn't follow her. I got into my car really shaken up and drove away. As soon as I was back in cell range, I called fire and rescue. They said they would send someone out. I was scared for my safety in the moment, but she was just some woman alone in the middle of nowhere. Am I the asshole for refusing this strange woman a ride shelter in my car? No. No, you're not. Because I'm not letting a crazy old bitch in my car. Be for real. Be for real. I'm not letting an old bitch in my car and like I don't know who you are and we're like in the middle of nowhere. That's kind of really weird. There's that. Alright, thoughts. Everybody, thoughts, concerns, comments. No, but really I think you were the asshole, and I think you could have helped her a little bit more other than just calling fire and rescue, because it's like, okay, you did that after the fact. I feel like you could have got like the lady an Uber or something. Just been like, "No, but I can buy you an Uber." I don't know. That's what I would have done. The next one is titled, "Am I the asshole for breaking my sister's engagement?" What a strong start. My male 37, meaning the narrator is male and 37. Sister, female 29, recently got engaged to the love of her life. I'll call Derek, male 34. They've been dating for about a year and a half, and we, the family, have gotten to know Derek since the beginning of this year. We all love Derek, especially my dad and I. What's F1? We watch F1. I don't know what that is. Should I know what that is? I don't know what that is. Every weekend together with the rest of our friends. The engagement was announced about 3 weeks ago, and we were all obviously excited. 2 weeks ago at the last...
What is a GP? What is a GP, babes? I don't know what that is.
I was talking to Derek, and at some point, reason I might be an a-hole, my mind slipped and I said something along the lines of, "It's great you found someone you love so much you would abandon having children." Hello? Sadly, my sister had to fight a battle with ovarian cancer when she was 16-17, which resulted in the surgical removal of her ovaries and, from what I understand, part of her uterus. Now, I don't think much about my comment, but turns out she never discussed this with him. That's kind of weird. It was like I dropped a nuclear bomb of information. He said now it made sense why she always avoided discussing children. Well, needless to say, the engagement broke and they have now separated. And in the eyes of my sister and mother, I'm the asshole who separated my sister from the love of her life. Anyways, get these bitches out of my face. You are not an asshole for that. Because, I mean, you didn't know. How are you supposed to know? You don't know that. And if it's the love of her life, babe, why didn't he know you can't have kids? This is why y'all bitches can't keep a steady relationship. Because you bitches want to be liars. Anyways. Alright. Am I the asshole for ignoring my in-laws when they don't use my actual name? Anyway, the first time I met my in-laws, they called me Rose. So we don't get an introduction or anything. She just goes straight into it. My husband, then boyfriend, told them... Oh. I read it as my husband and then my boyfriend told them, like she has two. Told them my name was Rosie, but for some reason they assumed my actual name had to be Rose. And so that is how they first addressed me. I corrected them and said it's actually just Rosie. Father-in-law was like, "Oh, not a nickname?" I said, "No, not a nickname, my legal name." They both made faces and I was kind of freaked out because while I have been asked before what Rosie's a nickname for, nobody outside of my 3rd grade teacher made such a big deal over my name. Fuck that 3rd grade teacher. I hate when teachers make like a big deal over your name. Get over it, dude. After that, they tried a bunch of different Rose names to see which one it was. That's so annoying too. My husband told them repeatedly that my name was nothing but Rosie. Not really sure if they didn't believe us or were hoping I would adopt one of them. I have been called Rosalie, Rosalind, Rosemary, Roseanne, Rosabelle, Rosella, Rosamund, etc. Each time they have been corrected. After a little while of calling me Rosie, they went back to saying Rose. They have introduced me to others as Rose, called out my name as Rose. They won't stop. Now that I'm about to be a mom myself, I'm less patient and understanding of this, so I have started to ignore them when they call me Rose. They dislike that. Last time I did it in front of other people, my in-laws know. My husband was laughing so hard and said his parents' rude behavior deserves being ignored. They feel like I'm petty and say Rose just sounds more like a grown woman than Rosie does, and why can't I let them call me Rose? I told them because Rose is not my name, and they're trying to make a point about my name, and I do not like it. But like, what's the point they're trying to make? There is no point. What's the point? They told me at very least I should not be ignoring them like that in front of others, and it's embarrassing to call me Rosie in front of other adults. Get over yourself. That's all I'm gonna say. Just get over yourself. Like, people like that piss me off. Alright, this one's titled, Am I the Asshole for Tattling on How My Cousin Died?
Girl, what the fuck is you talking about?
Okay. My grandma has always gushed over my cousin Mel, 23. Okay, so there's no period. I got confused with the grammar. Sorry. He had a troubled life, started doing drugs in middle school. He lived with my grandma after he did jail time twice in his short life. My grandma acted like he was just a misunderstood boy and he was just too smart for his own mind. I feel like she enabled him to death. At the funeral, she was telling a family member he always had health problems and Mel died of a heart attack, acting like it was some tragic accident that a young man died and the hospital was incompetent or something. I interpreted my grandma and said Mel died from a meth laced with fentanyl. Wow. He was dead before he made it to the hospital and Mel is not some sort of fucking tragic hero. My grandma called me a nasty little tattletale and to stop airing the family's dirty laundry. Mel was a good boy, just troubled. I was asked to leave with my parents and my grandmother and Mel's mom. Wait, what? Said I was a horrible kid, bad-mouthing me to my parents. My dad added fuel to the fire, saying at least I won't ever have to look at my kid in a casket. Your dad is out of pocket. My dad added fuel to the fire, saying at least I won't ever have to look at my kid in a casket from dying from a meth. My grandma has been crying on the phone to my mom about how horrible we all are, and other family members think it was unnecessary for us to point out Mel's death, and we could have tried to soothe my grandma in her grief. I think y'all are both assholes, because you didn't have to, like, air the whole thing out. You didn't have to, like, tell everybody what was going on. You could have just been like, Grandma, the fuck? Like, I'm gonna send you to a nursing home. Chill out. This next one is titled, Am I the asshole for not going to my brother and now sister-in-law's wedding and for calling my sister-in-law a fat bitch? Wow. Anyways, let's just start. Hi, I am 20 female and my brother is 28 male and my now sister-in-law is 30 female. About 6 months ago, I actually stuck to a regimen of weight loss and it worked. Is it regimen or regime? I don't know. Regime of weight loss and it worked. I was 35. I was 135 pounds and 5'1". Damn. I'm 5'6". Now I am 105 pounds. 6-7 months ago, my brother gave me a heads up that his now wife, whom then I was kind of friends with, wanted me there as a bridesmaid. A few times I have gone to Starbucks with her and gotten our nails done together. I got busy with school and focusing on weight loss. I didn't see them until this early June. Yes, of course, there were breaks, but I wanted to rest in my apartment because I was burnt out from school. I appreciate them understanding I have school and can't make it when they were picking bridesmaid dresses or other things of that sort. The college I go to is across the country, and we live in the East Coast. So when I saw them this late May, 30 pounds lighter, my now sister-in-law said, Why did you lose weight? So why would you ask somebody that? Unless you're, being friendly, so what inspired you to, that's okay, sure, I guess, if you're close enough with the person, but why did you lose weight? Girl, I'll smack the shit out you. And I replied saying, because I felt I wasn't healthy, now I feel my best. She frowned and didn't say anything. I chalked it up to her being a bit nervous about her wedding. She had already sent me the photos of the dress and needed me to come for measurements, but I couldn't due to it wasn't in my budget. Huh? Oh. So they got me a FaceTime with the person who measures and makes the dresses based on that and helped me measure over call. They weren't there while I was measuring. They were preparing for something else. So my brother, after the conversation happened above. So my brother, after the conversation that happened above, came up to me and asked me if I could put on a few pounds. What? And explained his now wife is jealous and how I look thinner than her. I asked to speak to her about this matter. She agreed to talk and I told her that her big day should not be ruined by how big or small someone is, and that we should love how we are. She got angry and told me it isn't hard to gain a few pounds in the next 3 weeks. I told her calmly I won't be attending if she thinks like this. She started to lose her temper and started to insult me, saying that I used to be a fat cow. Damn! She started going in on you and other things of that sort. So I finally just said, I'm not coming to your wedding, you fat bitch. My brother and our parents are calling me out, saying I messed up. Was I the asshole? Sorry if my grammar sucks. It does, but you are not the asshole. Because put on a few pounds within the next 3 weeks. Are you insane? First of all, who's doing that? Who's doing that? BFFR. No. I would have been like, you're funny, you need to hit the gym. Not again.
Thank you everyone so much. Thank you everyone so very much for this lovely time together. And I hope you enjoyed this YouTube video, and let me know what you would like to see next. And with that being said, good night. Have a good one. Have a good one, bestie.